Oh, great, I got some Dave Chappelle news for you. Finally, it's good. So Dave Chappelle recently made news because during a concert at the United Arab Emirates, the UAE, he said that Gaza is being genocided. That's right, he said there is a genocide going on in Gaza right now. It's amazing how comedians are willing to stand up and say the things that most of these punk-ass politicians are afraid to say. That's right, damn it. Comedians got the backbone, not the politicians. I mean, but not all of us. Well, not all comedians. Some comedians are just as spineless as the politicians. You know, they're unwilling to say anything that may mess up their pocketbooks or their donations or their placements and job opportunities. And they're willing to toe the line for even people that are committing genocide and people that are bombing children. Yeah, I'm talking about you, D.L. Hughley and Tiffany Haddish and other spineless assholes out there who call themselves comedians. But it's good that we got a Dave Chappelle in the midst of all of that saying the real stuff. So he's at this concert and there's a bunch of Muslims and he makes a statement and then he talks about, briefly makes jokes. He didn't spend the whole show on it, according to the Associated Press, but he did talk about it. So I thought that was cool, willing to go out there and say that. But he also said that he thought we should protect Jewish students and Jewish folks and should not be harassed because of what's going on in Israel. I thought that also was cool. Yeah, so he has enough understanding and enough EQ and IQ to be able to put both things and say, hey, they shouldn't be committing genocide and hate crimes against Jewish people who are not anyway even in this, like other than by religion, that should not be happening. Like that's wrong too. That's wrong as hell. So I'm like, once again, Dave Chappelle being on the right side of history. Now, what's amazing about this is that I'm sure there are going to be some people that call themselves progressive who are going to want to comment on the story. They're going to want to cover it. But they can't because they hate Dave. Remember? Because Dave made trans jokes. We all know it's illegal to make trans jokes. Now, he can make all of the nigger jokes he wants. But once he starts saying trans and LGBTQ, get him out of here. Yeah. This hypocrisy of the progressives and the liberals. Yeah. It's okay for him to make crack babies, talk about black crack babies. 9 months old selling crack on the corner. That's funny to them. Him to make jokes about not being able to buy a nice house because cops might, if he has to call the cops because someone broke in his house, he'd be afraid because the cops might come there and think he's a robber because he's black. That's hilarious. Till it actually happened to that professor that does the genealogy tracing. But they didn't have a problem with that. They didn't say, oh, you got to start talking about black people. And black people didn't say, you got to start making jokes about black people either. Because we understand what a joke is. Joke is like a punchline. With a punchline, a setup, punchline. Topper, new setup, new punchline, topper, right? And then we understand what a statement is. In saying that what's happening in Israel is a genocide against the Palestinians, that is a statement. That's not a joke, right? So it's funny they can understand the difference between statements and jokes now because it serves them. But at the end of the day, what it is we got some people that are commentating and calling themselves liberal who are just spineless, as spineless or more spineless than the politicians. That's all it really is. They know deep down he doesn't hate gay people or trans people. It's just that they are just spineless cowards. So anyway, I'm glad that Dave Chappelle did this, but I would like him to do one thing for us. One thing first. Well, one other thing. Besides make this monumental statement on a stage, talk to Tiffany Haddish, man. And that's your girl, Dave. You got to holler at her because she's out here saying reckless, dumb shit.
Colleges, right? I don't give a fuck about that shit. I've never went to college. Why would I care? Why would I care about college? Boo to college? Or boo that I never went? Or boo that I don't give a fuck about the college? Boo that I don't give a fuck about the college? Why should I give a fuck about the college? There's not genocide at the college. I give a fuck about what's going on the other side of the world, but why would I give a fuck about the college? Because of Africa? Because Africa is working at the college? Shut the fuck up. This is the shit I'm talking about. Stupid motherfuckers at the college. I ain't never worked a goddamn day in your life. Do you remember 9/11, bitch? No, forget about it. We were under attack. 11 terrorists blew our shit up. 3,000 people dead. What the fuck did we do, America? Do y'all remember what we did? If you're from the 1900s, you remember. We went the fuck over there. We fucked they ass up, didn't we? I went over there. I flew on a plane. I went over there and did comedy for the troops. I did do that. I did comedy for our American troops.
And if you're not going to talk to her, text her a PDF about how this all got started and make sure she understands that it began before October 7th. Introduce her to terms like mowing the lawn, which is something that the IDF does every few years to cut down on the population of Palestinians.
Every hospital in Gaza now has been disabled. You're an expectant mother. Do you really have doubts, questions, reservations, qualms about whether that is right? Every few years, literally every few years, Israel has a policy of what it calls mowing the lawn in Gaza. I've written quite a lot on those mowings of the lawn. How do you react? You as a human being, as a woman, as a mother, how would you react to the usage of that phrase, mowing the lawn of a people, when 1.1 million of those people are children? Do you get that? Mowing the lawn of 1.15 million children.
Yeah. And let her know the 1,200 Israelis that were killed on October 7th, that is sad, but it's also sad that 30,000 Palestinians were killed, most of them being children. And let her know, in case her math is a little shaky, that 1,200 is a lot less than 30,000. In counting. My name is Tim Black. If you like your content straight up and real, subscribe to this channel.